They do build some houses for me, but I prefer to stay in the small hut or cave, whatever is available. Only when nothing is available, then I live in a big house. I don't like it too much. I don't like to ask people to help me clean all the time. But the big house, you must clean. I like cleanliness. If a big house and I don't want people to come cleaning, then I have to clean. Yes. I feel better in the smaller house. And especially when I have a lot of work to do, then I can concentrate better because I don't need to worry too much about cleaning the house. It takes only 2 minutes to clean a little hut or maybe a tent or a cave. Yes, it takes hours, at least 1 hour, 2 hours to clean the big house, like the house that I had that they built for me. Yes. I never lived in that house, I told you before. Before I did not. Just for a while before I have the cave built. I lived there for a while, but I never liked. And then after the cave was built, before that I lived in the tent, and they took the tent away. They demolished all the grass and the flowers that's natural around me, and I came back, I don't have anything. Then they built a big house for me. Only the 2-story building, but threatened to even build an escalator or so. I was laughing. So I stayed there for a while, and then after the cave was built, I moved to that cave, and I never came out. I never wanted to go to that house. Unless sometimes when some people have to come, and then my cave is too small. So I went there just for a meeting, and then went back to my cave. Only after I came back, the first time came back after 10 more years, then the dogs are coming, so I had to use that house for dogs also. But now, because I don't have dogs living around, I need to work a lot and meditate intensively on retreat, so I choose a small place again, which is very good. It's getting smaller all the time. It's happier for me. I don't have to spend a lot of time for labor work. And I'm happy in it because everything is nearby. I don't have to go far to search for things and forget where it is. Here, I cannot forget anything. It's right there. It's always around. For example, I use my bed for like a makeup table, and I use these plastic boxes with the opening on the side. I use them to put under one piece of wood. Then that is a bed. And because that is a bed, and I can open it and put my things in it. So if I put a sofa, then there's no room underneath. There's a different place you have to organize differently. Yes. And I also put a couple of these plastic boxes, these organized boxes, yes, but with the opening on one side instead of open on top. So it's like a drawer. Yes, yeah. Yes. I put a piece of wood on it, and that is my table. That's the desk from which I'm talking to you right now. Wow. Wow. It functions. Yeah. Just the same. And I have room. I have drawers down below it to put my things inside. So if I want to reach for a book, it's right there. Open, take it out. It saves a lot of space. I don't need a bigger place. I don't need a big house. If a big house, then you have different stuff, like you have a big sofa in it, and you have a big desk. But if you don't have room, then you put, drawers underneath, and you lay on top, or you work on top. Depends. Yes. Yeah. It's the same. It's functioning. You saw me one time when you went together with me into my cave in Newland, remember? Yes. Yes. I have one, those steps they make the plastic to step on, but it's like a chair also, because it's short and it's just a few steps for you to maybe climb to the shelf to take some books or something. It's not a serious kind of a ladder, no? Yeah. And I worked on that as my desk. Yeah. I use that also to climb into my tent. My tent is on the higher platform. Those are platforms, they made them before. Not that I made it. They made them before. The old ex-owner, they put statues on it because there was like a resort. People came to have fun and to bow to Buddha statues and all that. After they sold, they removed all the statues away, and I occupy. My tent is kind of high for me. So if I put the circle steps next to it, I can step and go to my tent on the high level there, high platform there. Then when I don't need it, I take it out, use it as a desk. It functions. It's all the same. Yeah. You still can work on it. Yes. The things are only good if they function. Yeah. Yes, Master. So it doesn't matter. One of you criticize, say, oh, we have a better desk. I say, no. Remember? One of your brothers keep looking at it. I say, what are you looking at? Somebody doesn't like my desk. He say, yeah, we have better desks or something. I said, never mind. It works. It functions as a desk. It's the same. Did I answer your question? Means, what was it? Did I say? How come it takes so? I went all over the place. They eat these kind of things because it's material things. It contains in earth materials like something from the earth, have soil substance in it and water substance in it. In the Brahman heaven, you don't know these things because it's a different world. So when they saw it, they're curious, flying around all day doing nothing, also bored. So they tasted it and strange, strange, it tastes good. Continue eating. After the form is no more, or they see all the crawling plants, crawling fruit, they begin to taste them also. The more they ate, the more solid they became, more heavy. They cannot fly anymore. And you know what they look like. Yeah, look at me, then you know. Or look at your neighbors, yes. Probably we have eaten a lot. We still do, right? So that is that. Then in the beginning, according to that Buddha story, later on they have nothing more interesting. They pray and then God gives them rice. In the beginning, there's a big grain of rice. Then it was rolled to each house every day. Everybody can take what they need. And it was rolled to the next. But later they keep eating, then it's not enough, so they wanted to plant them so that they will have a lot. So here we are, okay? Now we have a lot of cereals, different types. Beginning, and then afterwards, they organize it, they plant it, and then they put all in one store. Anybody who needs just goes there and gets. Later on, people are lazy, don't want to go to get even. They go one time and they take a lot. Everybody goes at one time, take a lot, so others come later, don't have. And then begins this conflict because of food. We have nowadays still. Then they have to have somebody, vote somebody to settle the dispute, see who is what, did what, why. That's how police came into being, government came into existence. And that's how we have a mess nowadays. It comes from food. It still does. We have any kind of government, we have to bear it. And sometimes we protest, sometimes we have to accept it. We have done it all ourselves. Okay? We have done to us all this trouble because of food. So that was that Buddha story. But what was your question? Can you refresh it?
Well, please? I was wondering if, like Adam and Eve, how do they work into that Buddha story? Were they like one of those third level beings that came down?
Perhaps. I did not ask him, but perhaps. It's similar, yeah? Maybe it's a similar story. Adam and Eve, later, they probably have to plant their own food. Maybe in the beginning, God took pity and then give them some. Like the rice that was rolled to their house. Originally, we don't have physical contact with each other or anything. But because they're women and men, and then suddenly they eat, and they became more desirous of other things. Like the body changed, and the hormones changed, DNA changed, their attitude changed, their mind changed, their thoughts changed. Then they desire each other. And they couple with each other, and then other people who did not do it yet, they say, oh, how come, what are they doing? Why are they doing that? Oh, this is not very good looking. It's not dignified. So they're hiding. They find caves to hide, or if they don't have, then they begin to build houses. That's how they live together, and then have houses, and they're comfortable. They don't want to go to take food from the store anymore. They just take a lot so that it will last for a long time. So they don't have to go every day. Everybody does that. They copy each other slowly. We have man and woman, and then we have this physical connection, and we have the babies, and then humans just keep coming and coming, and this is how our world manifested. I guess Adam and Eve in the beginning also similar like that. Maybe they found anything to eat. Maybe leaves or fruit, anything. Slowly, if they discover, if they walk around, they probably find something, and then they will try. Yeah, and then they will probably plant more of that if they like it for the future. Or maybe they eat and then they just throw the seed out and then they grow more. Some trees are so easy. The fruit just falls on the ground and they become trees so quickly. In one of the places where I lived before, they plant some, they call it Hai Ping Guo, meaning sea apple. The fruit, I was told that it's poisonous, you cannot eat. I don't see any other things eat it either. It keeps falling from the tree and they grow all over around the tree. You know, if you don't cut them and don't take them away, there will be a jungle in no time. They just grow like that. Just fall on the ground and the flesh and the skin becomes rotten after a while, and then they just grow up so fast, so fast. Many trees and plants, they grow so fast like that, right? Yes. So that's how things are developed. And from our desires, things come more. The more we desire, the more we are entangled with our desired object. Then we get more and more solid, more and more connected with this earth, which is heavier than the light and the original vibration of heavens. So now the quantum method is the one that you can see the light again. You can connect yourself back to the vibration, original vibration. That's how gradually, eventually, you will realize that you're not the body. You go back to the source. Because the more you eat before, the more we recognize this body as us. That's what we say. You say, I do this, I do that. I am hungry. The body is hungry, not you. Yes, that is the thing. I don't know if I answer your question correctly, okay or not?
Yes, Master. Thank you, Master.
You happy? Yes.
Yes, Master. Thank you.